Somehow, Palpatine might return, Lego goes gold, and the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser welcomes its first guests. Give us 5 minutes, and we'll give you the galaxy.
I felt a great disturbance in the Force.
Many of the truths we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view.
Well, another week, another flood of news, rumors, clickbait, and conversation. This is Pete Fletzer, and welcome to Disturbances in the Force. All the Star Wars news you need in less time than it takes to fly the Falcon at Galaxy's Edge. So let's get to it. Well, an interview from September of 2021 with Ian McDiarmid, the actor who's played Emperor Palpatine in the Star Wars movies, has sparked the clickbait site Frenzy, claiming that the award-winning actor was returning to play the Sith Lord in the upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi series. In the clipping from the Metro from last year, McDiarmid says, quote, "I think I have to accept that thanks to my ungrateful granddaughter, my annihilation was finally final. But of course, Vader is back in the new Kenobi television series. So I suppose it's not impossible that one day his mentor might be discovered once again skulking in the shadows. And while this is far from confirmation that he will appear, it does kind of make sense in the timeline that he could appear in either the Kenobi series or he could appear in the Andor series, a prequel to Rogue One, also set before the events of A New Hope." There's been no official word on McDiarmid's casting, and perhaps we will learn more when Kenobi debuts on May 25th of this year. Earlier this week, the Lego Star Wars video game Twitter account proudly announced that the game has finally gone gold. In video game vernacular, that means that the game is fully developed, completed, and ready to ship. The family-friendly game will allow players to explore all 9 Skywalker saga films in any order they like, with the Lego brand of humor always along for the adventure. With options to explore the entire franchise as one of hundreds of characters riding hundreds of vehicles, the game promises to be enormous in scope. Famous among gamers, this title has been repeatedly delayed and originally had a release date to align more closely with 2019's The Rise of Skywalker. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, will be available for all major consoles on April 5th, 2022. Well, here's a rumor. Multiple sources, including Collider, are claiming that a new live-action Disney Plus Star Wars series may be in the works that is, quote, geared toward a younger audience. Production Weekly identified a new series heading into production, and Discussing Film is claiming that Spider-Man No Way Home director John Watts has been tapped for at least one episode. Cinelinx has recently claimed that Lucasfilm and Disney are working to create a live-action show tied to the High Republic era of content that kicked off in 2021 in books and comics. Rumors are abound, though, that casting calls have been out for child actors to be part of the series. Cinelinx has called this show Stranger Things in Space, and it could start filming as early as June of this year. However, there has been no official word from Lucasfilm or Disney at this time regarding this potential series. A new comic book series adapting each individual episode of Season 1 of The Mandalorian was announced on StarWars.com on Friday, written by Rodney Barnes and illustrated by George Ginty. The books will hit shelves this summer. And finally, Disney World opened up the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser resort this week in a special preview for reporters, influencers, and invited guests. For the first time, people are able to see and hear what happens on the roughly $5,000 two-night immersive experience. Reviews have been generally positive, but some of the loudest voices have offered a commentary about the high price tag. We will be speaking to one of those who was lucky enough to be there when we drop our streaming Star Wars in the podcast loop on Monday. The Galactic Starcruiser is now accepting reservations and opens officially on March 1st. Well, that wraps it up for this week's Disturbances in the Force. Be sure to check out the ATG podcast stream for weekly one-on-one interviews with the people behind the fandom. This Thursday, Podcast of the Wills welcomes author Matthew Paul Turner. Please subscribe for regular updates, follow us on all your social media channels at ATGcast, and visit our website at atgcast.com to keep up with us, find our merch, and get information about supporting the show as an ATGcast patron. Thank you so much for listening, and may the Force be with you.